Oh, hey there. Welcome to the biggest night in fashion, the Met Gala. I am Phupho Gumede K, fashion stylist, creative director, and full-time icon. This year's theme for the Met Gala was inspired by J.G. Ballard's story, The Garden of Time. Let's run down the looks from the best to the worst out of all of fashion's biggest nights. Let's go. Fresh off the runway, we have Zendaya, the co-chair of this year's gala, wearing Margiela by John Galliano and styled by Aurora. Let me tell you something. When I saw this, I was like, this is exactly what the theme of this year is. Because if you think the Garden of Time, one person might think it's a garden, fresh flowers or whatsoever. But if you read the short story, you can actually find that the story is a sad story about a man who has to handpick flowers from his garden, not for fun, but because there was an angry mob coming towards their house, and these flowers have the power to stop time and reverse time. So the only way to slow down the angry mob coming towards his house with his wife and kids is to have to handpick his precious flowers from the garden. And this is exactly how I picture the story to be. It's a sad story, but it also has flowers in it. It's oh my God. Galliano was the perfect person to bring this moment to life. I think this was top 3 best dressed looks of the night. The makeup, you can tell the sadness from the makeup. You can tell I love the fact that they went with the same makeup that they did at the Galliano show earlier this year by Pac McGrath. Absolutely stunning. The attention to detail, the connection of the flowering here by the back. It's absolutely stunning. The colors that they chose. Listen, Zendaya could do no wrong, but tonight she did no wrong. Shout out to Z and shout out to Aurora for being an amazing image and storyteller. Zendaya did not only walk the carpet once, but twice. The second time she wore this rare Hubert de Givenchy look, paired with this Alexander McQueen by Philip Tracy hat. Let me tell you something. So a part of me wishes she could have walked the carpet once. I'm a huge fan of, if you want to do something well, do it once and do it so well that there's no need for you to do it again. I absolutely love the idea of this look because it's a rare garment, but also the hat by Philip Tracy for Alexander McQueen. It's a nice hat, you know. I mean, she could have just went as me. I feel like that also would have made more sense. But I still feel like it's spoiling the first look. Like the first look for me was perfect, but I also get the connection between them because this theme is a metaphor between life and death, between construction and deconstruction, between beauty and chaos. And with the first part, she did the dying flowers, the dying garden, and now she's coming back to show the re-aliveness, which is the metaphor behind this entire theme. I love it, but I just wish she just didn't do it. The next look is Demi Moore in Harris Reed. I absolutely adore this look. It's so clean. This is a clean sweep. I love it. Everything is sitting where it's supposed to sit. The symmetry of it. This side is exactly equal to this side. The arrows that are protecting this flower. It's giving, you know, a rose. A rose is such a beautiful flower, but the downside of a rose is it having thorns. And she and Harris depicted this so beautifully. It's such a beautiful, the 3D petals on the bottom of the skirt. You cannot make me hate this look. The hair, the makeup, the jewelry. Demi Moore is not aging a day, and honestly, I'm so obsessed with this look. This is such a clean, classic sweep. Love Demi. Demi. Next on my hit list, I have Gigi Hadid. Gigi Hadid in custom Tom Brown came to snatch my soul away. Let me tell you something. When I saw this dress, because I was watching the carpet live, when I saw this dress, number one, I immediately knew it was Tom Brown, because no one does a deconstruction like Tom Brown. No one does menswear in ladies' wear like Tom Brown. If you look at this dress, it's a haute couture women's dress on top, and when you go down, it's like she is taking off the blazer, and in the whole element of it, there is a rebirth of a flower on that. And let me tell you why this is exactly what the Garden of Time is about. So the Garden of Time is a metaphor of the cycle of creation and destruction. So the entire idea is the rebirth. The entire idea of Gigi is taking off this garment, and while taking off this old garment, a new rose, a new glass rose is coming out where she is, where the old is dying. Something new is being reborn, and that is exactly what this exhibition is about. Reawakening fashion. This is exactly on theme. This is Tom Brown. This is Met Gala. Definitely one of the best outfits of the night. Well done to Gigi, and well done to Tom Brown. Also, well done to Tom Brown, because me just looking at this garment and seeing the Tom Brown aesthetic, that means he has engraved his craft in our minds for a lifetime. Now we are getting to the good stuff. Kim Kardashian in custom Margiela by John Galliano. Let me tell you something. This look was perfection. When I saw her, even the way she was walking, I was like, this is John Galliano. And let me tell you why I thought that. This is why it's very important to be interested in fashion all year round, not just on the day of the Met Gala. The way she was walking, I immediately thought of the Margiela by John Galliano show earlier this year in Paris. And I was like, oh, okay, this is definitely John Galliano. And when I saw how she kept on holding onto the sweater, walking like she had caught a flu, I was like, this is exactly a John Galliano. And then when she confirmed that, the look made even more sense, because let me tell you why this look is exactly on theme. So according to the book, so the short story that inspired this theme, in the short story, the reason why this old man is picking up flowers from his Garden of Time to reverse time is because there's an angry mob of working class running towards his glass house where he stays with his family. And obviously they're going to destroy his house, and that's why they're an angry mob running towards him. So it opens up a conversation between the rich and the working class, which is so interesting, because that is what there was the inspo behind John Galliano's fashion show earlier this year, where he had models wearing haute couture but under the bridge walking like homeless people. So the bridge between the wealthy and the needy and all of that. And when I saw Kimberly in this walking like a sickly old woman trying to tie her cardigan, I was like, oh, exactly. This is what the Garden of Time is about. It's not a story about fresh flowers growing in a garden. It's a story about inequality, preservation, and sustainability, and societal inequality between the working class and the employer. And this is exactly how you show up in it. I love the fact that you guys were so confused by the cardigan. No, it's not a wardrobe malfunction. This is fashion. It's not metric dance, Lena. Xiona metric dance there. The fact that when I saw the skirt was autumn leaves instead of being spring flowers, instead of being summer flowers. I was like, this is genius. Pairing a cardigan with autumn leaves just to show the coldness of the look. The hair is perfect. Man, like, guys, this is high fashion. This is what we live for. Next, we have Cynthia Erivo in Tom Brown. Now, when I saw this look initially, I got it, it landed. But as I came closer to it, there's just so many elements going on. First of all, the black and the pink petals is not landing. I thought it was landing, but it's actually not landing. But as you zoom closer, it's not just suiting, but there's also velvet sequins in the fabric, and there's just so many elements of it going on. Man, go busy up and down the look. I'm not finding it appealing. Also, the juxtaposition of using black and then using pink petals is very on the opposite sides of the spectrum, because black represents masculinity, strong, and pink represents femininity and softness. And them in just one look is just not landing at all for me. Also, the high-waisted panties that were showing, the lace panties, it was adding another element of something in Gatlangan. The jewelry was so much in your face. Also, when you zoom in the look, there is there's some cherries stuck on the garment, which also do not make sense. So I think this was overly designed, and it didn't land the way it was supposed to. Next, we have Carrie Bradshaw, one of my favorite fashion girls ever, Sarah Jessica Parker. Let me tell you something. In my eyes and the eyes of the fashion world, SJP will never do no wrong. Literally never ever do no wrong. And tonight proved the same. So this look, she's not wearing flowers, but let me tell you something. She is exactly on theme. Back to the book. We're just gonna keep going back to the book, because you guys, I don't want you to make uneducated opinions. You understand? The book says, while the husband kept on digging up the flowers from the garden to slow the angry mob from coming towards their glass house, the wife, who was a very affluent, wealthy, careless, not necessarily careless, but more like carefree and oblivious woman living in her own bubble, was busy reading books in their library, having tea, and listening to Mozart in the background. And that imagery of a woman who has no care in the world that they are about to pretty much die is still listening to classic piano in the background, not some piano, like actual piano, in the background, reading books from her own private library and having tea, and no care in the world about what's about to happen. If I had to bring an image of that woman, she looks exactly like this. SJP is the main character in this story. Love her, love this look, love the shape, love the fact that she did the boots with the dress, love the hat. SJP, you'll always be famous, Kema Pap. You will always be famous. Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives. Tyla in Custom Balmain by Olivier Roustan. Let me tell you something. This is how you debut at the Met Gala. This is how you break your Met virginity. Tyla, looking like actual sand, is so creative. First of all, let's start there. The amount of research that went to this dress, because this fabric, this is not a fabric you can just pick at your, my friend. This fabric has to be sprayed on you. And then after it's sprayed on you, the sand has to be put on the fabric that has been sprayed on you. You make this fabric, you construct it. And honestly, this look is sick. It's so perfect for her. It's so perfect for like her body. When you zoom closer, the waves, the motion of this look. Even down there, you can see that you know when they are making sandcastles and how they stick out. There is also that element, the 3Dness where the corners of the sandcastles meet. This is such a perfect look because a garden has sand, and also the purse, which is a sand, an hourglass. Perfect, because what an hourglass is the oldest way to tell and the fairest way to tell time, by the way. Unmanipulated, and this is amazing. This is a nice, and even the makeup on the shoulder, she slayed the theme, she killed the theme. This is how you debut at the Met Gala. Top 3 looks of the night. Next we have Doja Cat Dlamini in Vedmins. I don't know, I get the idea that she's doing like, hey, the cotton is what, but I feel like when it comes to Doja, she is so big on gimmicks, and I'm so over the entire, we don't care about fashion people, you know? Like, I'm so over that. But, no, it's just not like, it's just not met, you know? It's just not, especially when her and Vasalia have been doing the whole run on the streets with amataula, with sheets, with plastics. I feel like I expected more than just, I expected more visually. Yeah, that's what I expected. I expected more visually. Next we have Elle Fanning, the original Sleeping Beauty in Balmain. Now this was so breathtaking. This was so breathtaking. Olivier Rostand did a thing here. Elle Fanning carried this look so beautifully. The theme of this year's exhibition is Sleeping Beauty, Reawakening Fashion. 350 of garments that from land to sea to air that will never be able to be worn again. And this is one of those garments. I love the fact that she took the inspiration from air with the birds that were constructed for this, and then she took the inspiration from sea with the texture of the material, and she slayed in it. She is Aurora, Sleeping Beauty, so she is the theme, you know? She absolutely slayed this look. I cannot fault her one bit. Love, love, love. Next we have one of the most talked about looks of the night. Mona Patel in Iris van Herpen. This is what the Met Gala is about. This is what Anna Wintour wants to see. This is thought, budget, craftsmanship, passion, design, technology, everything into one. This garment, the fact that it moves on the arms, the construction of it, how it looks, this is poetry in motion. This is hands down one of the most beautiful dresses I've ever seen at the Met Gala. Mona Patel, one of the best dressed of the night, definitely in my top 2. Love, love, love this look. Next we have Barbie Dangerous, Nicki Minaj in Custom Mern. Now this is one of those, like, you just had to be there. When I looked at images of these outfits, I was so underwhelmed. I was like, anyone could do this. When I saw the video, I was gagged. This base of this dress was hand painted 10 times. Painted, dried, painted, dried. It has 10 layers of paint. And when you see in a video, when you see with your eye, you can actually see the different layers coming on and on and on. And honestly, this is so gorgeous. I loved how fresh it is, how comfortable it is, the styling of it, the bag, the shoes, the hair. You can never fault this one bit. This was definitely one of my top picks of the night. She looks amazing. She looks fresh. She looks like sunshine. She looks like a garden. She looks like, you know, and she just looks like a flower that is ready to be picked off a garden. That definitely love this look. Nicki, one of the best looks I've seen of her this year. On our next segment, we have what we call men of the Met. Men who tried so hard not to go up the stairs wearing a custom black tux. First on our list, we have Sam Smith in Christian Koan. I absolutely cannot tell you how underwhelming I find this look. It's so underwhelming that I I have to say it so many times for you to get how underwhelming I was underwhelmed by this look. It's so plain. I mean, Sam Smith is a not straight man, so he actually can have fun with fashion. Also, Sam Smith's partner is Christian Kwan. Why would you date a designer just to end up dressed like you're going to a funeral? I don't understand it. Like even the skirt over the pants thing, like nothing was clicking, nothing was fashion, nothing was screaming at me. I was just so bored by the entire look and the amount of times Sam Smith kept on appearing on my screen. I was just so bored. Next we have Wisdom K in Robert 1. Let me tell you something, this right here is the best dressed man I've ever seen at the Met Gala. Like ever. Out of all the men who attended the Met Gala, this is to be the best dressed man. I can't even, like, he got the theme right down to the T. Firstly, there's flowers in this look. Love it. Secondly, the holes in the hat and the holes in the coat, like the idea of the decay, the idea of a garden decay is very visible in his storytelling. The black trimming on his coat, on his hat is so, you know, when the seasons change from summer to fall and the flowers starts trimming, decaying from the outside. The fact that he saw the need to give us a visual reference of that, the fact that there are holes in all over this garment to show that there's been a flower that has been handpicked there. You cannot make me, like, oh, the pleating of it, like everything is sitting the way it is, this drama of it, the color is perfect, the styling, the fit. This is definitely one of the best dressed male looks to ever walk the Met Gala stage. Well done to Wisdom and welcome to Robert and the entire team for putting this together. You guys definitely did that, Kesana. Next we have Troye Sivan in Prada. I love this look. Absolutely adore. I will recreate this look. Just maybe not for the Met, but this is such a fire look. I can't fault the construction of it. I can't fault the color of it. I can't fault anything about it. Besides that, just not for the Met, but for anywhere else, love this look so much. Next we have rapper Lil Nas X in Loire. I do not understand this look at all, and he did not make it easy for me to understand this look. The makeup, the nails, the look itself, everything is just falling flat. He thought he was going to create a moment. Bet your sneeze. It's not landing my papa. It's not doing anything. It's not shaking me. It's not moving me. It's no. As it's on, I say, oh girl. It's not it. Lastly, we have Bad Bunny in Custom Margiela by John Galliano. Let me tell you, John Galliano had such an amazing night because all of his looks were served. I love this look. Maybe without the hat, I don't know how I feel about the hat, but I see the vision. I love this look. Remember when I told you that this theme is a metaphor for the evolution of human history and the creation and the destruction. And the fact that this is a visual depiction of that. You can see how it's sewn on the outside. This is a look in construction or a look in deconstruction. This is how a suit looks in the middle of the making. And the fact that they chose to outline that is so beautiful, so gorgeous. I love it. I love the fact that his ass was out for the world to see. He did a corset. I absolutely love this look, the color of it. He did something here. Bad Bunny definitely did. Oh, and the shoes, those tabbies with the goats, it's definitely the greatest of all time. Shout out to John Galliano. Welcome back to the F Word with Phupho Gumede K. So our next game, we'll pick a name randomly from this glass and I will read it out and say the first thing that I thought of their look. Hopefully I'm not like mean or anything. Ariana Grande in Loewe, so underwhelming. She was so embarrassed to wear that look. You could literally see it on her face. That was Selena Gomez in 2017. I absolutely hated that look, and there was nothing that she could have done to save that look. But even when she explained, it's not landing. Next, we have Cardi B in Jean-Baptiste Valley. This, let me tell you something, this is a classic example of just because it's big and just because it's black doesn't mean it's gonna bang. It definitely fell flat. The drama around it just had no direction. There was no story. There was no connection to it with the theme. It was just a huge black thing just in your face like that. I mean, I know that she loves that, but it's not landing to the rest of us. Next we have Dua Lipa in Marc Jacobs. I absolutely just did this. This dress is a flop. Like I can't believe Dua Lipa is in her consistent flop era. From the music to the acting to the dressing, like she is within her flop era, and I understand why. Looks like she still has to go back to her training season. It's not over yet, Kesan. Next we have Demi Lovato in Propagorand. I am so... Like, what was the reason? Like, sequence, honestly, sequence. Why you get South Africa? By the time South Africa with Demi Lovato, if you came to South Africa, they will make you the best dress, even if you wear the same dress every single week. It's lying flat. Lama flowers all four. Nothing is landing about it. Nothing is donating. It's not doing anything for the society at large. Next, we have Rita Ora. I absolutely hated this. It's giving nothing. Rita Ora has continued to give us nothing for the past couple of years, hey? Like, she's consistent in giving us nothing. I don't even know why she still gets invited to the gala. Next, we have Jennifer Lopez in custom Schiaparelli. Now, Jennifer Lopez has worn this dress since I was 10. All these pictures from the same event. This is the Met Gala, 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 this is the Met Gala. Every single year, Jennifer Lopez repurposes it. And I don't understand. And you know what's so crazy? It's always different designers. So my chat is, does she go to different designers and just ask for the same dress each and every year? Which is even crazier. Lastly, we have Queen Latifa. I don't know who she's wearing, but it definitely did not bang. I hate some flowers that she was wearing, the sequins, but graduation, I hate it so much. The cut of it, the shape of it, the trimming on it has nothing to do with the theme. Like, and I think, you know, she realized on the red carpet, you know when you fuck around and find out? You find out it's a good red carpet, we have come towards the end of our show, and before we leave, we have to crown the best of the Met and the worst of the Met. Is it Zendaya? Is it Tyla? Is it Mona? Well, none of those three, because my best of this year's Met Gala is Lana Del Rey in custom Alexander McQueen. Yabona McQueen this year. Nancy. Me calling the exhibition this year, Nancy. She said 2 birds, 1 stone. This Alexander McQueen, first of all, let's start with the visual reference. So there is this dress that once went down the runway of Alexander McQueen, a showstopper, with this crown, with this tree thing, and the fabric landing over the thingy, the tree. Brilliant. And for them to recreate it like this, because in the fashion show it was just the crown, it was just the headpiece. But for them to tell the story of a tree, and it, you know, when I think of people demolishing something, I'm always I'll think them throwing something over a fence, and maybe throwing a sheet over a fence or tissue rolls over a fence, and them getting caught on a tree. This is how this looks like. And then the extension of the tree to the hand, where it produces a rose at the air. Guys, you can't even hate on this. Even the shoe, if you look at the shoe, everything is down to the T. Her makeup, oh God, this is such a serve. This is a Met Gala. This is storytelling. This is fashion. This is the garden of time. This is a story bit of preservation, inequality, sustainability, and this is a slay. Love it. On the other end of the spectrum, we have the worst of the Met. Zoe Saldana in Chloe. Oh, bow. The slip dress. I hate this dress so much. I wish it was never designed, never made, never approved, never sold, never not. With that belt, she thought she was doing something, but she was doing nothing. This altogether is such a... She actually just came to the Met Gala as a slug, hey? She just came as a slug. That is the only relation to the theme this look has. Other than that, agnalutho, the hair is horrible, the makeup is horrible. Hey, to ekhaya sometimes. Hey, it's nje kakhulu ukuhlala ekhaya. And ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the episode of the F Word with Phupho Gumede K Met Gala special. Now, see you next year, and leave me as I stuff my face with all this junk food and judge high fashion from the comforts of my couch with my pajamas that cost me $5. Good night.